Hi, welcome to Nomis Academy. In this video, we'll be dealing with simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations. What are simultaneous? We say equations are simultaneous. Simultaneous simply means occurring at the same time. So we have some equations that could occur simultaneously, that is, occur at the same time, of which the conditions that are attached play. So what are we saying about simultaneous equations? We could have two types of equations occurring together as simultaneous equations. We could have quadratic equation occurring together with simple equation. So we could have simple equation occurring together as linear equation. We could have linear equation occurring together with quadratic equations. So let's take some examples of simultaneous equations. You see, when we have k plus 12 equals to 20, this is an example of a simple equation. Simple equation where we just have one unknown in the equation. So this is just a simple equation. So we could also have linear equation. So where we have, let's say, 4p plus 3s equals to 13. So this is just a linear equation. So this is a linear equation called linear equation. In this linear equation, we have two unknown in the equation. But where we have this type of equation in degree 2, then we have a quadratic equation. For example, we have 4p squared plus 3p minus 14 equals minus 14. So this is a quadratic equation. So when two or one of these equations occur together at the same time, we say we have simultaneous equation. So for instance, we could have 4p plus 3s equals to 12 occur simultaneously with 4p squared plus 3p equals minus 14. So we say that these two are simultaneous equations, provided that the value of p and s remains the same in the two equations. So this is what we mean by simultaneous equations. There are many ways to solve simultaneous equation, but in this video we'll take an example of the use of substitution method. Why do I use substitution method? We are going to see it in this video. So, simultaneous equation by substitution method. Substitution method. Substitution method. Substitution method. So what do I mean by substitution method? Substitution simply means to substitute, that is to put in replace, to replace of something. That's substitution method. So let's see, let's say we have 4k plus 3s equals to 20, and we have 5k minus s equals to 35. The question says we should find k and s. So we are looking for the value of k and s. So looking at this equation, because they occur at the same time, we know that they are simultaneous equations. So having known that they are simultaneous equations, then we need to think, what method should I use? Now, to learn substitution method, the reason I will want to use substitution method is that I have one of the variables whose coefficient is equal to 1. What do I mean by coefficient? Coefficient is this number written before the letter. That is, the coefficient of 4k here is 4, the coefficient of 3s here is 3, the coefficient of 5k here is 5. So the coefficient of s here is just 1 because I have just one s. So because I have one s, then I can use substitution method to calculate this simultaneous equation. So let's get in that, doing that. Solution. So from the equations given, I will number them and begin to find solution to find the value of k and s. So I'll take 4k plus 3s equals to 20 as equation 1. I'll take 5k minus s equals to 35 as equation 2. So from that equation where I have a variable whose coefficient is equal to 1, I will form equation 3. So I'll now say form equation 3 from 2. So supposing this particular equation was equation 1, so it would have been from 1. So it's not necessarily from 2. So it's from, and I can have any of them to have coefficient equals to 1. Supposing this is 4k plus s equal to 20. So I can just make equation 3 from any of them that I just choose. You are going to have the same answer all the way. So form equation 3 from equation 2. So from equation 2, what do I mean to form equation 3? That is to make that one that is having a coefficient 1 the subject of the formula. So from equation 3 that says 5k minus s is equals to 35, make s the subject of the formula. So that makes it to become 5k. 35 comes in, it becomes minus 35 equals to minus s goes out, becomes s. So that becomes my equation 3. That becomes my equation 3. Now, this is where the word substitution comes. Substitute equation 1, 2, 3 into where now? Substitute equation 3. You know I formed equation 3 from equation 2. So if I want to substitute, I will not substitute from into equation 2 again. I will now take the next equation, equation 1. So substitute equation 3 into equation 1. So equation 1 says 4k plus 3s equals to 20. So I will now substitute s for 5k minus 35. So it becomes 4k plus 3 open brackets. Now the value of s is 5k minus 35 equals to 20. So this is now what I have. So I'll have to open this bracket now. To open this bracket, I'll now have 4k plus, now 3 multiplied by 5k is 15k. So that will be 15k. Then 3 multiplied by minus 35. So that will be minus 105, right? Yes, minus 105 equal to 20. That is equal to 20. So 4k plus 15k is 9k, 19k. So 19k minus 105 is equal to 20. So what I'll just make 19k the subject of the formula equals to 20 plus 105. So 19k is equal to 125. So I'll divide both sides by 19 so that I can make k the subject of the formula. So now that k is subject to the formula, can we divide 125 by 19? So what do you get? Yes, we are starting from 19. 19 divided by 126, I will have 125. I will have 6. Yes, because 19 times 6 give me 100 and 100 and six or seven. So it gives me 112. So 112, I'll be left with 13. I'll be left with 13. So that'll be 13 whole number. 16 whole number, 13 all over 19. So this is the value of k. Now remember, we have to find the value of k and s. Now you can now put in the value of k into equation 3. Into equation 3. Put in the value of k into equation 3. So to put the value of k into equation 3, remember that equation 3 says 5k minus 35 is equal to s. So 5k minus 35 is equal to s. So 5 multiplied by k is 125 over 19, remember, minus 35. So that will give us the value of s. So our s is equal to 5 multiplied by 125. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2, 12. And then 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6 all over 19 minus 35 over 1. So this is what we have now. S equal to 625 divided by 19 minus 35 over 1. So S is equal to find the LCM of denominators, which is 19. So 19 divided by 19 is 1. 1 multiplied by 625 remains the same, 625. Then we have a minus. So 19 divided by 1 is 19. And then 19 multiplied by 35. Let's take by the side. 19 multiplied by 45. 9 times 5 is 45. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4. We have a 9. 9 times 3 is 27. We have a 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2. We have a 5. And that is 665. So this will be 665. So S is equal to 625 minus 665. That will give us a negative 40, right? So minus 40 all over 19. This is an improper fraction. Change it to a mixed fraction. How many 19 can you get from 40 there? 2. That will be minus 2 whole number. That will be 38, right? Remainder 2 all over 19. So this is the value of S. So we got the value of K to be 6 whole number, 13 over 19. And then S to be minus 2 whole number, 2 all over 19. I hope you understood the use of substitution method to solve simultaneous equation. Bye bye. See you in the next video.